Let them like pink. They don't have to be girly or feminine. They just like the color. Let people like the color. I don't know what to say to this. I'm so upset about it. Hi, welcome back to the castle. We will check out a new channel today. And the name is very fitting. The name is Drama Queen, but not written as queen, but a bit differently. You will see in a bit. And the topic also is interesting. Maybe it's a new TikTok trend that I haven't heard of yet, but we will find out. The title is No, Your Boyfriend didn't bring back your girliness. I have an idea what it is about. Probably like, oh yeah, he's so masculine. He like puts me back into my girl energy, and I like pink flowers and like bows everywhere, and I feel like Hello Kitty. Basically, you know, you get the point. So let's see what Drama Queen has to say about it. And I'm very curious if you like that video because, like I said, new creator. Let's try our luck. Enjoy. All right, we're starting with a sketch, I guess. And she looks very manly. I mean him. It's totally a manly man.
Dude without a boyfriend, bro. I couldn't possibly be in my feminine without a man.
Oh wait. What a frame. Okay, she is in her girl energy. The poor cat. Look on the side. The cat is so concerned. What a good scream though. That's the poor cat. Oh, she got a boyfriend.
I fell in love with a man so hard. I started liking pink and doing the dishes again.
She knows how to make sandwiches for James. She even cleans up his poo. What a woman. James only likes women who wear blush, so that's what she does.
Mm-hmm.
Being with a man made me realize that actually I'm just a girl. I love pinks and getting my nails done all because I have a boyfriend now. Cheers to that girl.
A girl, you can, I mean not her, but you can do that whenever you want.
It's totally not because I'm in a heteronormative relationship that requires me to be one way or the other. Cheers
I'm
again,
so
girls.
confused.
Girls, just girly things.
Okay. I'm confused.
Falling in love with someone.
I had hair like this back in the day. That's so cool to see again. Oh my god. Ah! My inner old emo's crying. I'm sorry.
Body of the male species.
I love it.
Is not necessarily indicative of the level of femininity one possesses.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Caitlin, and I am in a hetero relationship with, you guessed it, a man. So before
This man-hating feminist. Oh, okay, man-hater. You're just a man-hater. Oh no.
Yes, man-hating comments begin.
No.
I love men a lot. I am with one, I for one do not believe in traditional gender roles when it comes to being in a relationship with a man. I know that society for decades and hundreds of years have put constraints onto women when it comes to being in a hetero relationship, right? You stay home, you cook, you clean, you I do.
You're a bit like a cleaning pet.
I do cook and I do clean, but it has nothing to do with the fact that I'm in a relationship with a man. Rather, I have to do that to survive. You know, I can't just be eating Maccas every day, love.
No.
Nor can I be living in squalor.
Yeah, it's just like normal functioning.
Being, quote, girly is one thing, but claiming it suddenly...
Wait, it says, fell in love so hard he brought my girliness back. Okay.
Just coming all back to you once you step into a relationship with a man is likely for a few reasons. Number one, you have become confident in yourself because you have had positive things affirmed to you day in and day out. Therefore, he makes you feel like that part of yourself has somehow come back. Or maybe you're trying to keep...
Which is nice. I'm not degrading it. It's just weird that it's so tied in that a boyfriend is needed to be like that, which is just not true.
Up this facade of being ultra feminine and girly to keep that man you're dating, or else he's just gonna walk out of your life and find another ultra girly feminine girl.
That is very sad. Imagine someone is just staying with you because you have a specific aesthetic. I'm very sure some humans do that. I'm so sure about that, but it's just sad.
Is what he is into, so now you feel like that is what you're into, except it's not about you, it's about him, which is a bad thing. Or hear me out, you've been waiting for somebody to swoop in and take control for once.
When he takes you out of survival mode and puts you back in your soft lover girl era. That, I'm sorry to say, but that screams like therapy is needed. I'm sorry for you, girl.
Making you think that is somehow representative of being feminine or girly.
Or girly. So on the left it is, when he acts like a man, smells like a man, works like a man, a gentleman, and is so masculine that I can be the girly little princess I am. Girl, you can be a princess whenever you are. You don't need a man. Don't attach it to someone else. It's so bad to attach it to something exterior. Like if you want to be a girly princess, be a girly princess. Be it for yourself. That will be way better than be it for someone else, because someone should love you because of you, and not because you're like faking it kinda, or like hiding it, or he was attracted to you before you were that, and maybe he then don't like you. You don't know. And on the right side it says, dating a guy who brings out your femininity is the best thing in the world. I don't want to be masculine. I don't want to have to protect myself. I don't want to be inconsistent fight or flight. I love being able to switch my brain off because I feel safe and protected around him. Basically, I'm clueless around this man. I kind of understand where it's coming from, because a lot of females, I'm specifically talking about females because I can't speak for a male, but I can't speak for a female because, hello, I'm a female. I know from a lot that they were raised or had to be very adult, even though they're very young. So they had to grow up really, really, really fast, and carry a lot of burdens. So this is basically just a scream that they just want to be, I don't want to say a kid anymore, but feel the lightness of being a child. I think this is what they're craving. But like I said, to make it dependable from a different person is just not good. And it's also not fair for the other person. Kinda, you know? We'll see what Caitlin has to say about it.
Because someone else is in charge. No. Fell in love so hard that my girliness came back. Taking all of your piercings out and dressing different is, again, not representative of how girly one is and one is not. Am I suddenly...
Because that is also like different for everybody. Like for one it could be girly, for another one it could be cringe.
In my masculine because I have piercings and I dress a little bit edgy. What this tells me is either you have changed yourself for the guy that you're with because he is into something different that is nobody with piercings, no girl wearing edgy clothes, So you placate that by changing. You take everything out of yourself that once made you you, but because you're now with a man, suddenly you're more girly, okay?
That doesn't make any
Or maybe it
sense.
is true that once you start dating a man, there is this drastic change within your personality because of his.
I mean, what I understand is that when you are in love, then you do have like different energy, different, like you're just lovely, and that is okay. But I would not say he brings back your girliness. No.
Influence. That's what that's telling me here. And yes, I understand that people change. People go through phases in life and, you know, maybe they were alternative once, but now not anymore. Because let me tell you, conforming to what your boyfriend wants is not you discovering a new part of yourself.
No, it's hiding who you are.
Argue with the wall. I really don't care. I think
Good.
one thing these TikToks tend to miss is that changing yourself or conforming to somebody's ideals has absolutely nothing to do with girliness or femininity. But hey, maybe there is some.
It's just like trying to be attractive to someone, which is okay, but you should not hide who you are because then you will not be happy in the long run.
Something to be said about getting with somebody regardless of their gender and you becoming confident in yourself because they lift you up. They're nice to you. They're affirming positive things to you every day. So yeah, I mean, obviously you're going to be happy. But like happiness has nothing to do with girliness. And the same goes with confidence as well. That is what confuses me about this trend. I'm almost the opposite. I fell in love so hard. I was finally confident enough to get the piercings and hair I've always wanted.
See, because he was supporting her and she could be herself, which is really sweet. She could just open up. That is very nice.
That actually is not the opposite. It is within the same vein here.
Is it?
It's not that falling in love with somebody, quote unquote, brings back girliness. It possibly brings out
like the supportive side?
a side of yourself that you are not used to. Again, when you are surrounded by positive attention, positive affirmation, love, praise, worship, I mean, it is only natural that you are going to become more confident within yourself. Because I think that a lot of people tend to forget that topics like these hold so much nuance, right?
Yeah,
it's
very.
not black, it's not white. There is this big gray area. I mean, but one thing that I cannot stand about this TikTok trend is that it's making girls and women as such feel as though there is something wrong with them and or their relationship.
Oh, wait, I wasn't able to read. Why doesn't this happen to me? I like a guy and start acting like Central C. What does that mean? I'm the only one that went opposite way for me. First time in my life, I feel so beautiful doing bare minimum. And that is actually sweet, but it's kind of the same, just a different level or a different outcome. But it's, yeah, like she said, it's like the same thing. Because if it is like the positive way of things, not the be traditional or don't like you anymore, but more like, hey, I know you wanted to color your hair. Why not trying it? Maybe like with a color that is not that bright for the first time. So you like try to get used to it. Some supportive, nice things. And then, yes, of course, you feel more beautiful doing bare minimum. Or you feel more beautiful being more colorful. Who cares? As long as it's from a supportive perspective. That is the important part.
Feel as though there is something wrong with them and or their relationship.
No, there's nothing wrong.
They haven't stepped into their divine feminine and they aren't girly enough and they're with a man who is amazing, treats her incredibly, but she isn't girly. She hasn't had her girliness brought back.
Because maybe she feels so safe and comfortable that she doesn't need it and it's just like very relaxed. and he likes that about her, maybe. Who are we to know, right? It's their relationship.
Because it's not a thing. Can getting into
screaming,
a
I'm
healthy
sorry.
relationship bring out the absolute best in
Ma.
you? Yes, it can. Take it from somebody who was verbally abused, and now I'm in a relationship where none of that has ever happened before. I believe, the best possible version of myself.
That's so
but
sweet.
I don't necessarily identify with the girliness part because, like I said, I personally don't think that exists. I think that being in a healthy relationship with somebody is going to bring out the best in you, like I just said. But why is it that there is this like constant infantilization of women I'm constantly seeing? And then in response to people criticizing it, it's like, just let women do what they want to do. Like, it's not #feminism criticizing a woman. And it's like, actually, yeah, it is. So, okay, what do we know for sure to be outwardly girly as society has told us? Wearing pink.
Doing makeup.
Wearing makeup and having your hair be a natural color.
Or a disaster in the wind because you're not put it up.
Okay, so if this were to be true, then I suddenly like the color pink because of my man. Except that wouldn't make sense because I don't really think you need a man in your life to, you know, nudge you in the direction of liking the color pink. But anyways, now, why in the...
Wait, I found out girls start to love the color pink when they find their love of their life and get treated right. And now I understand why I want pink everything. That is so weird. That is so weird. It can also just be like, yeah, I found my boyfriend and I feel comfortable wearing just all black and being emo. But you just discovered, or like you just bring out what wanted to be brought out. And this is why I don't understand why you need a man to bring it out, because if... Ooh, I will keep it. Wait, I will keep my thought and we watch a little bit more. I'll keep my thought.
Are we equating being in a relationship with a man bringing this out in us? Oh my god, there must be something diabolically wrong with me. No, I didn't become more...
It also makes like younger females think that something is wrong with them or like that they are not girly or not what is seen as girly, but they kind of want to be, or then they think something is wrong with them because they don't have a boyfriend, they're not girly. So they think, yeah, maybe I need to be more fake girly to get a guy, and then they're not themselves anymore, and then it's just bad. Who am I to judge? Who am I to know? It's just assumptions about overall behavior that I already saw and heard about, like first experience or like very close experience type of things. So yeah.
More girly or more feminine, I became more confident in myself and I became comfortable around somebody, which is what I think a lot of these people are getting mixed up with. No, being with a man doesn't all of a sudden make me want to be in the kitchen and wear a pink apron. And if that is how you genuinely feel, I mean, this video probably isn't for your love.
Yeah.
The jokes really do be writing themselves. Pink apron and cooking is suddenly girliness coming back, and not the fact that what you are experiencing isn't having girliness come back into your life just because a man stepped into it. It is a tale as old as time, because when you love somebody and when they love you back just as much, if not
and support
even more, you
Yeah.
inherently want to do things for them. That probably means dressing up, making them food, because, you know, I think
a lot of people have like making food as love language, or like asking, oh, do you want to drink something? Can I make you a coffee? This is kind of, for some people, it's love language. So it's just normal for them overall. But then there comes the point that I'm hiding still.
love languages are a load of
there
bullshit,
she is talking
and that's
about
why
it.
I'm going to be skipping over them here, because I too love acts of service and words of affirmation.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
When I cook a meal for somebody, I am not putting my pussy all over it and serving it to the person.
My girl.
I only cook this for you because you are a man and I am a woman who has a pussy. I am a human being cooking food for somebody because it's a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have anything to do with gender, because what would that say about a male or someone who is gender non-conforming cooking? What, that they're inherently girly because they're in the kitchen baking?
What I think it's tragic, I saw a baker, a male baker. He looked really muscular. He looked, I would not say like as rock, because he was not as of a freaking tree, but he looked very, very muscular, and he made the cutest kids' birthday cakes. The cutest stuff you've ever seen. And people in his comment section were like, yeah, you're gay, you're this, you're that. And he just loves baking and making children smile. Just because he's working out and you're jealous of it and he knows how to bake, you don't have to write mean comments to that guy. Just let him live and bake cakes and go to the gym.
Nah, actually get fucked. Some of you I'm just a girl idiots are setting us back. I am so serious.
Maybe.
Dang, bro, it's almost as if
girliness when you whip your hair back and forth. Oh, girliness is when you... Oh, God. Everything becomes then girliness. The thing is, young adults see that. And then young adults get influenced in a weird behavior pattern because they think this is what needs to be done. They maybe check the comments, and then depending on what the platform's showing you as the comments, because that is different, by the way. If you open TikTok, the comment section, and I open the same video and the comment section, you and we will have different comments that will be pushed by TikTok. If you didn't know, now you know. We tested it in the store. But yeah, just whipping your hair back and forth is not making you more girly. It's just that you put your hair a bit together. That's all. You don't have to put in girliness in front of it.
When you become comfortable with somebody, it enables you to also become comfortable with a part of yourself that you hid because you were uncomfortable to express that part around others.
Which is a bit sad. You should just be yourself, as long as you're polite and respectful.
Who weren't so accepting. A big part as to why I am having this conversation today with you guys is because I am hating this new wave of content that is suddenly putting people in boxes all over again. We were really progressing a couple of...
I thought we are out of the way. I thought we are out of the pattern where people put themselves into boxes because they don't like that. But then they just put themselves into boxes again and label themselves. There was a huge labeling trend too, which was weird. So I'm a little bit confused if you want to be put in boxes or not. And if not, just also don't do it by yourself, maybe?
Of years ago, man. Liking the color pink isn't innate to a woman.
No.
Neither have they lost their girliness all because they don't like it. It's so strange to me. I just keep going back to this thought, you know,
it really
if
is
you
strange.
really needed a man in your life romantically and physically to bring out liking the color pink,
you should just love yourself and like the color pink and buy yourself that pink jacket.
In you, there is something else that needs to be addressed there, sweetheart. Because if liking the color pink is so girly, then why you, being a girl, being around other girls,
don't
not
do
made
it.
you like pink before? A man didn't do that for you, sweetheart.
No. My boyfriend makes the little girl in me come out. I mean, that's cute. Like I said, if she feels comfortable and that she can show herself who she is, that is fine. But she also should just be comfortable within herself that she can be who she is for herself and not for someone else, right? Because isn't that what you usually want? I'm so confused.
Ugh, you guys make this shit sound so infantilizing. Like, am I crazy? Am I the too woke friend? I don't doubt for a second that falling in love with somebody entails a sense of childishness, where in some people's experience, they weren't allowed to express that before because they were uncomfortable around people who made them uncomfortable. And now
they're in a more safer space. And now they can express themselves. But what does it say? You should not be around people that make you uncomfortable. Even though, like let's say you're just very, very long-term friends, but you feel really, really bad or whatever the dynamics are in your friendship. If you are suffering from it, and I did that too, I cut off a whole friend group out of my life because they were not good for me. And I was very upset with them for couple of years. I suffered for a couple of years because of that. And please do not do that to yourself. Just because you're long-term friends, but now you're suffering and like me, maybe even for years, do not do that to yourself. Cut those ties, even though it hurts, for your own sake and long-term healthy mentality or mental health. Maybe consider it. Consider it at least, or think about it.
Are able to express their childishness and girliness because they're comfortable with somebody. But what puts me off is that people are genuinely perpetuating this message that only a man can bring out the little girl in you. Because that is...
Good friends can also do that. Like, from when I'm around my friends, I don't hide. I don't mask. I don't have to. Because I feel very comfortable with them and I know they will not judge me for it. They know who I am, they know how I am, and they like me for that. And I like them for how they are, and this is perfect. So we're very, very comfortable around us. And that is a healthy overall friendship. You can have that with friends, you can have that with your family. I don't think with your pets, because your pets are just your pets, but you get the point.
Is what is essentially being said here, and it is weird. I don't care what anyone says, to be quite honest, because I did see that there were tens of thousands of comments from women and girls alike saying that yes, being with a man has made them become more feminine and more girly, and more power to you if that is your truest experience.
Yeah.
But you are 27 saying this shit, man, and your boyfriend is 27. You are not a little girl. He is not your father. Stop being weird. You have met a human person who has made you, a human person, comfortable. The idea that being with a man as an adult unlocks being a girly child again is an indication that there is something deeper going on.
And you should take some therapy. Please, humans, I beg you. If you're not happy with parts of your life or how things are going, please seek support. It is not a weakness to seek support, to get help. Just do not do it on social media. Social media is not your therapist. Monka.
Everyone wants to say that this trend has nothing to do with politics and just let women be women, which is so dismissive of so many women to begin with. Because I've already acknowledged in this video that yes, in some people's experience, they have had this part in themselves that has been unlocked by the person that they're with. Maybe they used to want to be super girly and they wanted to have a pink bedroom and whatnot, but they weren't allowed to do that because they were with somebody who was probably insecure in their masculinity.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
hear that, I understand that, and I get that. It gets to a point, though, when we're saying shit like falling in love with a man so hard that it's bringing out my little girliness, my stupid, dumb little girliness. Ew!
You are still a mature adult, and you still have to do your adult things. You can dress as you want. please just dress when you go outside. But just, I don't know. It's so hard for me to express it. Maybe that is also a problem from my end here. It is very difficult to express it for me right now.
Off. But this can most certainly be criticized when wasn't the whole movement a couple of years ago that a woman is so strong herself that she doesn't need a man whatsoever? And no, that isn't anti-man. I think a lot of people
No, it's just overall empowering to an individual. Like also a man can be emotionally stable, can be going to the gym, can have work, can be the best of himself. He can be that without a woman. It doesn't matter. It is within you and not because of an external thing. It always starts with you. There's nobody who can change you. It's just you. There's nobody who can do that for you. It's only you. It's coming from yourself. You can be supported or pushed down, depending on which reality you're living in. But it's always within you. And it's always your decision to stay at people that hurt you. It is always your decision to stay at people who support you, which you should, because supportive people are really, really wholesome in our day and age. But it always starts within you and how you decide for yourself what you want. Of course, it has external factors. I will not talk it down, and it is difficult. It's also difficult to navigate, especially as a young adult. But it's highly, highly, highly problematic to make this kind of a trend and show young adults that certain things need to happen until they feel more like themselves, because they can't just be themselves when they surround with people that overall support them or are genuinely nice to them. Yeah, I will keep it as that. I think that is my final thing.
Conflate need and want together, and that is the issue in general. And once again, I don't hate men.
No.
You know, my favorite band
Why?
is fronted by a male. I love my partner who is a male. You know, I love my father.
I just love how she I just love how she has to point out that she loves men because she gets so many hate comments.
Male. I also love my brother who is a male. I love men as much as the next person who loves men loves men. I just think that this trend is reductive in so many ways, because once again, we are just chained and shackled to the idea that only a man can bring this out in us. Because what does it say about all the lesbian women?
Yeah.
What does it say about all the bi women? That they're suddenly more or less feminine because
Or like the men that just like pink. What about them? Let them like pink. They don't have to be girly or feminine. They just like the color. Let people like the color. I don't know what to say to this. I'm so upset about it.
because they're not with a man. It's just, it's silly, bro. And I would understand if it was a bunch of teenage girls participating in this trend, but it's adult women. And it's so weird to me because a lot of people who are participating in this TikTok trend are just straight up changing themselves for somebody else. And that somebody else always happens to be a man. And I'm sorry, but he's not bringing out the girly in you. You are conforming to his standards. And that, I'm sorry, that is not feminism.
No.
Well, there really isn't all much else that I can say other than the fact that I just, I wish that people actually thought for themselves and didn't leave all the thinking up to somebody else once they fall in love so hard with a man.
You still have to you still have to do your critical thinking. You still have to have your own opinions. You still have to have your own brain, and you are very allowed to do so. If someone who specifically is in your relationship or in your family tries to suppress you in your beliefs, even though your beliefs are valid, I'm not saying like, you know, all those bad things that some people think. But if it's just a general belief that you can express yourself how you want, if you want to wear pink, if you want to wear neon green, if you want to have a doll sitting in the living room and you change the dress of it every day because it makes you just happy to look at it, do it. Do it. And if people think it's weird, fuck them. Just do what makes you happy, as long as you don't hurt anybody, as long as you are respecting yourself and other people. Just do it. Nobody can stop you. And do it for yourself, and not because you suddenly fall in love with someone, not because you want to attract someone, because you will, if you are yourself, you will attract the people that will support you, who you are. And I think those are my final words for today. But it was a very interesting video. I got a little bit upset. I'm so sorry for all the yapping.
With that being said, what have we learned in today's video, everybody?
Don't go back to boxes thinking.
Make you inherently girly, nor does it make you feminine. Changing yourself to fit a man's standards isn't feminine, nor is it girly. And maybe I am the too woke friend, but with all of that being said, everybody, thank you for your stay at Yappersville today. I really enjoy your time spent here, and I appreciate every minute of it so much.
Thank you for making the video.
And most of all, love your fucking selves.
Yeah. Yeah, very good last words. Love yourself. Do whatever you want, as long as you respect yourself, and your surroundings, because you are living in communities, in different communities and social groups. There should be respect and support. And if you do not get that, it is absolutely valid to cut it and be yourself, because you will attract then people who are wanting to support you who you are and love you for who you are. Just love yourself. You can do that. I believe in you. And I wish you a lovely day. I see you tomorrow, or maybe on stream. Otherwise, please take good care of yourself. And bye-bye.